Hey y'all, happy Thursday. It's your girl, Taria. Thank you so much for tuning in to another What Else Is Going On podcast YouTube video. I'm your girl, your host. Like I said, Taria, I decided to take off today, y'all. Normally I take one day off a week. I woke up this morning and I said, I'm taking off. So I'm going to get your Beverly Hills and Salt Lake City recaps out once I do this recording and then another one. I'll be going back to take my notes. Salt Lake City was so good. But there's a couple things I wanted to talk to y'all about. So I'm going to do two videos. This first one we're going to do, it's going to be a little bit more Bravo related. So let's get right into it. First up, I do want to start out by saying I know it sounds so trite and cliche, but truly my thoughts and prayers go out to everyone in LA. I woke up this morning and literally just laid in my bed and said a prayer out loud for everyone there because I cannot even imagine. My son actually was just, he went to school out in California for 4 years, then he's done. He came back, but he was just out in LA last week and to this week. And my heart, I couldn't even imagine. So truly, if anyone watching is in California, has family in California, I promise you, I'm truly praying for y'all because this is just like, man, the year just started. So I did want to say that. Next up, speaking of California and Vanderpump Rules, specifically Lala Kent. So we know Lala Kent has a podcast. I think it's called Give Them Lala, I think. And it used to be with Randall. Then when they broke up, I think it's just her. Well, she had a co-host named Jess. Co-host is no longer there. It was like she left abruptly and people wondered why. Let's get into it. So this is according to Reality Blurb. Lala Kent's ex-assistant, Jessica Walter, addresses drama with Pump Rules star that led to her exit from the podcast, admits being left heartbroken over company dispute. So she says, after the 34-year-old Vanderpump Rules cast member suggested it was Jessica who wanted to move on from her show and her company, the Give Them Lala brand uh, seemingly shaded her for trying to get 15 minutes of fame after she claimed she wasn't given the opportunity to say goodbye. Jessica shed more light on the situation. I turned around the wrong way, child. I want to, take this moment to address you guys because I seemingly disappeared off that last podcast. And I think that at the very least, you deserve what I can give you as an explanation for why I was suddenly gone. Jessica began on the January 7th episode of Date My Podcast via Breaking the Rules pod clips on Instagram. So I think Jess started her own podcast. First thing I will say is no, I was not at all expecting to leave. That wasn't the plan. If I'm going to be honest, I thought I'd be at that last job forever. I was like ready to be a lifer. Maybe not in the role I was in, but I'll say within the company I was in. According to Jessica, she invested everything she had professionally in her job with Lala and also gave a lot to the role personally. I was investing in a future that I thought we were all on the same page. As for what went wrong, Jessica revealed that she spoke out against the way something was handled, which put her in a bad spot with Lala. Basically, what happened is I said how I felt about the way some things were being handled, and the response I got to that was, in my opinion, not good. The responses I got. It wasn't, honestly. I was taken aback. I was heartbroken at those responses. I sort of found myself in a position where I felt like I had no other option than to choose to leave. So that's what Jessica had to say about why she abruptly left the podcast. Now let's get into it. Lala Kent has since come out. So Jessica, Lala Child was on Amazon Live, and this is what she said. She said, I did not know that she dropped her podcast, and I have not listened, and I don't know how she is describing me. She said, but we both know how it went down before suggesting that Jessica chose to move on from her brand because she was unfulfilled by the role she was in. I will always have so much love for her. She was a huge part of my life and we did become very close. But at the end of the day, she was my employee first and foremost, and she felt that she no longer got what she needed out of the job. And I encourage anybody that looks at their life and says, this piece is not working or I'm not fulfilled anymore to make a change. We all have that right. And it sounds like her podcast came out and I wish it nothing but the success in all the world. And I truly mean that. again. But on Jessica's podcast, she said that wasn't the plan. I thought I'd be at that last job forever. So, child, somebody lying. So when I started the video, I've mentioned the Valley and Lala. Do y'all want to see Lala on the Valley? I'm gonna be honest, I don't. I never enjoyed her on Vanderpump Rules. I mean, there were certain moments and certain things, yes, but for the most part, I know she came and shook some stuff up with the OGs, but I never personally enjoyed her. But I got what she brought, what she could potentially bring to the show. I don't know. A part of me is leaning towards believing the ex co-host Jess, like she thought she was going to be there. She spoke out against something, and the response she got was not what she was expecting. And next thing you know, she was gone. And I think Lala's coming out trying to clean it up, like, well, she wasn't happy in her role because notice Jess on her podcast said, I want to point out something specific that she said, which is making me think, child, why am I screen for? Okay, here we go. She said, okay, first thing I will say is no, I was not at all expecting to leave. That wasn't the plan. If I'm going to be honest, I thought I'd be at that last job forever. I was ready to be a lifer. Maybe not in the role I was in, but I'll say within the company I was in. I thought it was interesting that she mentioned the role she was in. And then Lala says that basically, hold on, Lala says, she was my employee and foremost, and she felt that she no longer got what she needed out of this job. So I feel like Lala is trying to take what Jess said. Like, I feel like Lala got her statement from what Jess said when Jess said, I felt like I was going to be at this company for life, or maybe not in this particular role, but with the company. And now Lala is saying she wasn't happy in the role that she was in. So she chose to move on. I could be wrong. That's what I think happened. I'm only basing that off of the Lala that I've seen in the times that I've listened, you know, to her podcast. But who knows? But do y'all want to see Lala on the Valley? I do not. I'm gonna be honest. I don't want to see Lala. I don't want to see Sheena. I don't want to see Brock. Don't even really want to see Tom Schwartz. I want the Valley to keep it as such. Now, if these people are genuinely in their lives. If Lala and Schwartz and Sheena, I guess, are genuinely in the lives of the people on the Valley, let them come in if they're having a party or if they would come over. But I don't want to see them full time. I want the Valley cast to remain as it is. Speaking of, when is the Valley dropping? Because we know they're done. Moving on, let's get into Jennifer Aydin again. This is the most I've ever talked about Jennifer Aydin. All right, so we spoke a couple of days ago about Jennifer Aydin and her being rude to the Jersey Mike's employees. She posted herself going off. Since then, a Jersey Mike employee has come out and spoke and said she was rude. And the daughter of the woman who she called an 80-year-old making her sandwich, has since spoken out. Well, now Jennifer is speaking out. She sat down with Us Weekly. So let's get into what she had to say. You ready for this? Okay. Hold on. Let me start at the beginning. Hindsight is 2020, but I did not think it was going to go that way. Not at all. She says she was not rude to any of the food chain staff. We're a big group. I'm a family of 7. I have a sister with my goddaughter. She's a widow, and her goddaughter came with us everywhere we go. So we travel with 9 people or a lot of people. We met up with my cousin, who's another family of 6. We're 15 people, not to mention the other 2 families that were meeting up with us at the airport. After Jennifer and Bill corralled their crew through TSA security, they decided to separate in order to quickly get their children food before boarding a 4-hour flight. He took all the kids, went to another stand that had a table, ordered food. It was about 5:30 in the morning. Jersey Mike's did not open until 5:30, and my cousin and I got on the line pretty much around 5:45 a.m., and there were not that many people on the line. Again, it was a little slow moving, but we weren't going to complain. Jennifer and her cousin Susie, who I guess is who we saw in Jennifer's video, got in the line at the same time. They got in line at the same time, but Susie eventually stepped out to check out a neighboring kiosk. She didn't come back on the line with me because they already started accumulating. She didn't come back on the line with me because it already started accumulating. So she decided to wait for me at the front of the register until it was my turn. When it got to be my turn, obviously, I let her go in front of me, and I think that people thought I was letting her cut. You were, because she got out of line. I didn't let her cut, and she ordered 4 sandwiches. I only ordered one. I only had one that my kids wanted to split. That was my task. I'm in mom mode trying to just get my kids food. Why she just ain't stay in line and let the girl tell her what she was going to order or text her? Because clearly the way that looked, that wasn't a good look. Anyway, I'm getting all hyper. So she says, after Susie ordered, Jennifer and the woman standing behind her also placed their respective orders. The other woman allegedly was helped before Jennifer, despite the Bravo personality saying she arrived at the line first. We've already been waiting. We're at an airport. We have a flight to catch. We've already been through TSA. I'm a big group. Everything took time. So obviously tensions are high. Again, I don't want to complain. I get it. Everybody's like, it's New Year's, whatever. They fulfilled the woman behind me sandwich order first, and I reminded the employee. I'm like, hey, did you do my Italian? And she was like, you have to wait your turn. I said, oh, but you did hers before mine, and I was before her. So obviously she realized that and ignored me. I didn't want to make a big thing about it. By the time the employees were working on Jennifer's sandwich, Bill arrived to add to the order. They're working on my one sandwich that I ordered. It's a foot-long Italian, and Bill said one of the kids wanted a plain tuna mini with nothing on it. So I said to the employees, okay, sweetie, I'm going to need another mini tuna. Girl, that's not how that works. Not even, would you mind? I'm so sorry. He can get in the back of the line, but would you mind if I added? And if they said no, then him got into the line. Not, okay, sweetie, I'm going to need another mini tuna. Girl, what? She goes, oh no, you have to get to the back of the line. And I said, but you just fulfilled that woman's sandwich before me. And I didn't even say anything. And none of this is on camera, by the way. So she looks up and I guess she realized I was right. And she goes, well, then the guy behind you has to say it's okay. Jennifer had noticed the man who was now waiting behind her, who apparently said, I mean, it's kind of ridiculous that she was adding another sandwich. Tensions are high. I know I'm going to get blamed for something and I'm going to keep my cool. The whole point of me recording, I know it backfired, was to show that I was not snapping. I'm just recording the window. At that point, the guy's not even in my thing. She then claims the law professor allegedly threatened to sue her for all of her fake diamonds. I'm literally so shocked and disgusted by this man's behavior, noting that she gets triggered by bad behavior. Girl, I realized that I did not tackle this correctly, but in the moment, I was just so shocked and appalled by this really unwarranted aggressive behavior that I put the camera on him. In my angst, I was telling him because I wanted him to know that you just can't be rude to people like that. You don't know who you're being rude to, and I'm going to put you on blast. I was just like livid that this person was talking to me that way. I want you to know that in the moment, I was not rude to the Jersey Mike staff at all. I was trying to be polite. Okay, sweetie. One of the Jersey Mike's employees then allegedly threatened to not finish Jennifer's order that was currently in process. In the video, they were still working on my sandwich. It's not like I had paid. I didn't check out, she said. So for them to tell me to wait to the end of the line or that I had to ask this guy's permission, that just really started an altercation. They shouldn't have done that, and that's just customer service. I'm realizing now that I can't say I'm a celebrity. People are very angry. I will no longer say I'm a celebrity since people are so angry about it. Because you're not a celebrity. But obviously, this wouldn't have gone so viral as it did if I wasn't a public figure. Possibly. But we've also had people who aren't public figures go viral for being rude. But possibly. Jennifer also apologized for her pointed remarks about the staff, noting she was not a celebrity in that moment, but simply an angry mom. Then when the woman said she's a celebrity, instead of you saying I'm a celebrity, why didn't you say at this minute, I'm just an angry mom trying to get a sandwich? I wanted to put it on blast to show how rude they were to me. I didn't go about it the right way. I acknowledge that, but I was not rude to the staff in the moment. I feel like we've all been there. This is her. Let me go back. Let me start over because this is her apology. I wanted to put it on, put it on blast to show how rude they were to me. I didn't go about it the right way. I acknowledge that, but I was not rude to the staff in the moment. I feel like we've all been there. I'm learning now that I have to realize that I'm a public figure and that everything that I say or do will be scrutinized, and I actually have to lead by example. It was wrong for me to go in my stories and then bash their bad customer service. I'm learning now that I'm not allowed to complain. It's not entitled. This is not privileged. I'm a paying customer. Jennifer also 100% regrets posting the video rant in the first place. I realized that I should have done it in a different manner, and it could have landed it could have landed a bit differently. And I'm learning now to not do things in the heat of the moment because I was not furious as a celebrity. I was a paying customer that didn't get the sandwich for her kid. In addition, Jennifer felt she was owed an apology from Jersey Mike's and the allegedly rude and dismissive man in line behind her, but doesn't plan to reach out. I'm not going to. They're constantly blasting me. I will apologize for calling the worker an 80-year-old woman and doing all of that, but that's where it ends. They're monetizing this, which I'm very happy for. At least some good will come to them from this. Now, we also know that there was a fans at sea type thing that they were doing. I think it was called what waves with want. Wait, let me make sure I get it right. It's called Fans at Sea, Wives on the Waves. They've spoken out. But before that, I want to go back up. This article is written by Reality Blur, but they got their info on this particular piece from, I believe, Bravo Snarkside. Jennifer Aydin was involved in another airport incident, and this drama took place in Vancouver last month as Jennifer prepared to attend a Taylor Swift concert. So basically, she revealed that, this is what she posted. We made it to Vancouver. We had a connecting flight out of Toronto, and the first flight was delayed, so we barely made it to our connecting flight. I convinced them to get us on the flight, but they told us our luggage wouldn't be on. So I told them it was okay, and they said that the luggage would be on the first flight out. But it's Saturday morning, and we're still in the same clothes, and all of our stuff is still in our luggage. While Jennifer's luggage was expected to arrive in Vancouver shortly after she did, she revealed that her luggage tags had only made it to Toronto at the time the video was made. I've got a few calls to make. I had my outfit in my carry-on for a situation like this, but they made me check my carry-on because they said there was no room on the plane because it was too full, which was not true. So I have no outfit. So I may be going to the Eras Tour just like this tomorrow night. So Air Canada, please, 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 please get me my luggage sometime today for tomorrow's show. However, after the message was shared, Bravo Snarkside received a message from someone who claimed to have seen Jennifer at the Newark airport. This person, now this is all alleged, but this person said that they were behind Jennifer on this flight. Was behind Jen Aydin at Newark Liberty International Airport today and love how she doesn't mention her entire family held up pre-check, the person alleges. Then after the fan page asked what Jennifer and her family were doing, the person accused her of being cocky and obnoxious, acting cocky and had nothing ready for TSA agent. Her sister, I found to be just as obnoxious as her. When it came time for security, appeared a good portion of their bags were pulled aside to be checked, which held up other flyers. I get being frustrated that your bag didn't make it. Listen, I would be too. And also the whole thing about her having an outfit in the carry-on that you carry on. I was told years ago that I should always do that, have an outfit in your carry-on in case your luggage doesn't make it. I get her frustration. I'm sure we've all been there, right? Well, let me take that back. I have not been there. My luggage has always arrived. Thank you, Jesus. Let it always be. Amen. But I can get how that would be extremely frustrating. We can go by Jennifer seeming like she was calm, demure, mindful, but based on her track record, I tend to believe the person who wrote into the Bravo Snarkside saying that they were behind her and she was cocky. Again, we don't know for sure, but based on what we've seen of Jennifer, from the Jersey Mikes to just her on the show, I can believe it. Now, getting back to the fans at sea with the wives on the waves, there was a rumor that Jennifer, after all this Jersey Mike stuff, Jennifer had been replaced. It was supposed to be Teresa, Jennifer, and Dolores. Let's get into this. They've since spoken out. Fans at Sea, and this was on Instagram. Dear valued customers, we want to address recent conversations about changes to the Wives on the Waves cruise lineup. This decision was not personal, nor an act of canceling anyone. At Fans at Sea, we believe in second chances and personal growth. Our priority is to create a drama-free, fun-filled experience for everyone. To ensure this, we made adjustments to keep the cruise enjoyable and welcoming for all guests. We're thrilled to announce that our official lineup press release is coming soon. And we can't wait to bring this exciting event to fans. Join Teresa Giudice, Dolores Catania, and Surprise Housewife. Stay tuned for the special surprise guest announcement. Thank you for your understanding. We look forward to an unforgettable journey together. To book the Wives on the Waves cruise on the brand new Norwegian Aqua, September 1st through the 6th, from New York City to Bermuda, visit fanatsea.com, and then, or they have a phone number. Warm regards, the Fans at Sea team. It's interesting. They say we believe in second chances and personal growth. I'm wondering then, should they have, if that was true, would they have reached out to Jennifer and say, you need to issue an actual apology? Not this. If Jennifer had come out contrite, not try to tell her side of the story, just apologize to all those involved, then would they have said the rumors aren't true? Jennifer is still a part of this. We believe in personal growth and second chances. We look forward to having you guys. But it's crazy because they put, we believe in second chances and personal growth. The next sentence, our priority is to create a drama-free, fun-filled experience for everyone. To ensure this, we made adjustments to keep the cruise enjoyable and welcoming for all guests. Also, I guess when I think about it, because this is for guests, it's a cruise, you're going to be in a confined space for 5 days. When they say they want to create a drama-free, fun-filled experience, they probably saw the backlash that she's getting. If she hadn't got so much backlash, possibly she would still be a part of the cruise, but they probably saw the backlash she's getting. And it's like, look, we don't want no drama. We don't want to take a chance of people coming up saying stuff to Jennifer, the way Evelyn says Jennifer's name on Basketball Wives. So we're just going to cut her. So here she's lost an opportunity because of her behavior. I do think no matter who does or does not come back from Jersey, if they keep anybody, I don't think she'll be coming back. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Last Bravo thing. So we know what happened with Karen. The video footage came out. We know on plenty of past seasons of Potomac, Robyn has spoken out about Karen, said that the world would see, or it would come out who she truly was. They've all talked about Karen calling them drunk and cussing them out. And they think it's funny. Let's get into what Gizelle and Robyn had to say about Miss Kern.
Yo, did you say finally vindicated? The vindication happened.
Hold on, y'all.
Who was vindicated?
I want to start. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, that was Mariah.
So, if you live under a rock, we're talking about Karen Huger from the Real Housewives of Potomac, who was finally vindicated with a video. Did you say finally vindicated? The vindication happened. Who was vindicated? The streets of Potomac or Karen? Who was vindicated? Listen, I haven't watched the season, but when I saw that people said that she claimed she was going to be vindicated, I was like, ma'am, if this is being vindicated, I don't want to see what being guilty is. Like, well, you saw guilty. Actually, right. There was the mini movie called Where Your Wig At is vindicated, is like guilty, like as charged. You're guilty as charged. You know, we're laughing, but like it's very, very sad. It's just sad, right? So if you live under a rock, it's very sad. I hate to say it though. I don't think those that are familiar with that person were shocked by what we saw. I know what I saw. I was like, yeah, that's par for the course. Like, I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked by the nonsense coming out of the mouth. I'm not shocked by the denials and the deflections and, that apparently were happening from the jump. I'm not surprised.
In your right mind, you don't say that you're going to be vindicated and you know that
video exists. But I'm not surprised by any of that. I'm not surprised that you filmed the whole season and she said she was going to be vindicated. And shoot, when the crash initially happened, she's telling whoever, TMZ, oh, I was just sad or something. Like, I'm not surprised by any of the events that happen. I mean, it's that happen. Like, and that's the sad part. I am wondering though, I don't know, have there been any Thomas Jefferson sightings lately? Like, have we seen Thomas Jefferson in the last 60 years?
Sure.
I think it's been more than 60. We were
Yeah.
So figure out like where's Thomas Jefferson been the past 60 years? Thomas Jefferson and his concubine. Like, do we know? Are people raising their hands and they're saying, "Ooh, I'm part of a concubine"? Like, it's the concubine for me. It's like, whoa, what are we talking about here?
Yes.
What are we saying out of our mouths?
Now that one I was surprised at because I was surprised by Thomas Jefferson's concubine because Thomas Jefferson's been dead for a very long time. Like,
Yes.
what
year was he president of the United States? Was that the founding fathers?
that happened? Like, and it's 18 something, 18 something,
18, let's say 1876. We don't know. Let's just make this up. 1876. It's 2024. Like, Thomas Jefferson been dead for a good 100 years.
That's what I'm saying. Have we had any sightings? Like, what is happening? How do we come up with that? Sorry, guys. I know some of you are like, oh my God, they're so mean.
Listen, I personally, Robyn probably didn't give two shits. I personally was 100% praying for the best outcome for Karen. Karen is 60 something years old. Do I want to see a guilty verdict, which probably is attached to like some major penalties to her? No, but you can't do what she did and been in her state and walk away scot-free. I mean, there's laws for a reason.
I don't know why it's 18 something, 18 something, 18. She would have even allowed it to get that far, knowing that this is what
you need to try.
Yes.
You need to try. Yes, correct.
Yeah. Knowing that's what transpired, I don't know why she would allow it to get that far. And I think, unfortunately, I'm not a judge. I'm not in the legal system, but the fact that you allowed it to get that far and had were denying it and trying to downplay it, that doesn't look favorable when it comes to like the sentencing of it all. Apparently this is her fourth time that she's her fourth DUI, I believe I heard.
Yeah.
This can't happen again. It cannot. It can't. It was a very bad decision for her to eat.
Ooh, so y'all heard it, child. A Reasonably Shady has something to say. Just so we're clear, Thomas Jefferson died in 1826, so he's been dead about 199 years. So I don't know, maybe Karen has some type of portal where she can travel through time and see him. I don't know. What was that show? I'm telling my age. Quantum Leap, where he would leave back in time. I used to always tell my kids, anything that you see they can do on TV or in a movie, they can do it in real life, child. Maybe Karen got a time capsule, or maybe Blue Eyes is Thomas Jefferson. At any rate, what y'all think about what Robyn and Gizelle had to say? There were a lot of comments that were not in favor of them commenting. And look, I get it, right? A lot of people were like, Robyn can talk about everybody but Juan. Robyn is in denial about everybody but Juan. So I definitely get what the people were saying. I do also understand from this perspective that they do have a podcast. It is hard for me to say that because they're not my favorites. Used to be. Not even in my general vicinity of really used to be, but I can say comment, that is, they get paid the podcast. And so they are, of course, if they didn't speak on it, I would kind of be surprised. But then, like I said, I also get the other side where it's like, girl, you talk about everything but you. And Juan, as a matter of fact. I'm going to read y'all. By the way, y'all, the RHOP reunion is filming today. Did Karen show up? Somebody commented, Robyn wants to hold everybody accountable, but Juan, Robyn doesn't need to tell anybody about taking accountability and being honest. The whole reason Robyn is no longer a housewife is because she did not take accountability for lying to Andy's face about her real life situation. Somebody said exactly. Somebody else said, well, Karen just did the same thing. No accountability and lied about what happened and always tries to hold others accountable. They are in the same boat. The person that initially commented then said, but Karen is fighting a court case. When you are fighting court cases, you do not say anything publicly that can incriminate yourself. So Karen not talking about her court case is somewhat understandable. She's still wrong, but I understand her reasoning. But Robyn lying to her boss face not once, not twice, but 3 times, then telling somebody else they need to be honest and take accountability is crazy. Somebody else said, have they all not lied about something? So, I'm sorry. I wasn't ready. Somebody commented, but Robyn wasn't drunk, nor did she run into a tree with the little tree emoji. Somebody else said, cheating ain't the same as drunk driving and hitting a tree. You don't get locked up for cheating or go to court for cheating. But you can get sued for it, right? Aren't there some states that have the alienation of affection where the other party can be sued? Because didn't Nene's boyfriend, not boyfriend, Naomi, I think is his name. I'm not sure. Hope I'm not butchering it. But his ex, I think he's officially divorced now, was trying to sue Nene for that at first. That don't mean you would go to jail. Somebody said, girl, where is Juan? Where is Juan? Under more of his players, probably. Robyn knows all about deflection. She's a pro at it to protect her roommate, which is why she's off the show. Somebody said, Robyn, be glad you got a job on Traders. You're gloating, but Karen is still on the show. You're not. Somebody else, I just realized I don't miss her on the show at all. They're always laughing at someone else's misfortune. Okay. Somebody else said she definitely has a right to her opinion. I just wanted her to be just as surprised when Ron running around cheating in the laundromat. She was hush hush then. Oof. So, like I said, I see both sides. People looking at her like, girl, I know you ain't talking. Also looking at it for me as a perspective of this is their business. They provide commentary on all of it. So, y'all let me know what y'all think. Potomac is filming the reunion today, y'all. Did Karen show up? I think she showed up because I think she want to keep this job. I hope she showed up with some contrition though, and not arrogance or haughtiness or it's above me now. No, baby, them hands might be behind you walking into a jail cell. We shall see. We shall see. All right, y'all, let me know what y'all think about Robyn and Gizelle and their commentary. Let me know what y'all think about Jennifer Aydin's, to me, non-apology, and fans at sea actually replacing her, and about Lala Kent and her former podcast co-host. Do you believe that the co-host story that she, in fact, was not prepared to leave? She gave her opinions on some things. She was surprised from the pushback. Next thing you know, she's fired. And do y'all want to see Lala on the Valley? No. All right. I love y'all so much. I'll be back. Talk to you later. See ya.